Hi, I'm Alyssa and I am a VIP Kid teacher, and this is the mock P lesson demonstration. If you have already started your hiring process but you don't yet have a teacher helping you, I would love to help you. I have a ton of resources and documents, videos, tons of resources, rubrics, and more to help you get hired. So just look below and put my referral code into your account under the account tab in your VIPKID portal. If you haven't yet done your mock, it's not too late to get some help. It makes the process so much easier to have a current teacher helping you, and I have helped a ton of teachers get hired. So look below, add me to your account, and I will help you get hired. I will send everything your way. You can send me your teaching videos and I'll give you feedback. After lots of experience helping teachers get hired, I know exactly what VIPKID is looking for. So this is the new P lesson, and it is part of the new certification process for getting hired with VIPKID. For this level 2-3, there is an X lesson and a P lesson. Look below and you'll see my link to my X lesson, but this is the P lesson. And it has recently changed, gotten a little bit shorter, and I think a little bit easier to teach, so that is the good news. So let's get started. So of course, you are going to want to have an educational background behind you. You want to have a reward system built in. You want to have practiced this lesson backwards and forwards and have your props ready to go. So I'll go through each of the slides and give you some tips on teaching each of the slides. And also I'll be mentioning a lot of the things that VIPKID looks for in your teaching and things to notice and watch out for. So at the beginning of the lesson, you want to be warm and smiley and say, "Hello, my name is Teacher Alyssa. What is your name?" So you're going like this when you want the student to talk. You're going like this when you're listening for the student to talk. When the student answers you, you're always expecting full, complete sentences. So if the student says, "Betsy, hello, Betsy. My name is Betsy." You're always wanting them to repeat back a full sentence. You can say, "How old are you?" I have a little, I don't have it handy, but I have a little prop with a birthday cake and some candles and numbers, and that's really helpful if you're asking the student how old they are. Again, when they answer you, full sentence. "I am 6 years old." Today you will learn P. When you do a good job, you get, and you put your reward hopefully up so that the student will see. That's a real plus. VIPKID likes for the student to be able to see the reward as they're going. If you're not able to do that, it's not terrible, but if you can, post your reward up behind you so that the student can see their progress. The reward that is given in the lesson is that face, I think, with the teeth. And you can do that. You can cut some stickies and stick some teeth on there, and that's a fine reward. You're not really being judged on the reward as long as it's appropriate for the student level and the student age, more so that you are rewarding and you're rewarding on a regular basis and that kind of thing. So the first slide is P. 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 You also have the slide, so you want to use the slide. Flashcards are great. You could also circle the slide also. P makes the sound P. P makes the sound P. P, P, P. What sound does P make? Now, if the student doesn't say that target sentence, P makes the sound P, you answer and have the student repeat. P makes the sound P. What sound does P make? Hopefully, if they didn't say it that first time, you've modeled it a couple times, maybe they'll say it the next time. So make it interesting. Loud voice, quiet voice, close to the camera, far away, silly voice, sing it. It's kind of a boring slide, so you need to make it interesting for the student. Reward the student. Good job, you get a ice cream. Good job. The next slide is that tracing slide. Big P, small p, 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 p. This is where I would take the mouse and go like this, or take my finger and go like this, point to the student to show that you want them to trace it. P, p, p. I'd also take a marker or use the slide to show. So I might go like this. P, 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 p. And you want to use very little language. By showing the student what to do, they're able to do it and hopefully take over after you've done a little bit of the tracing. Again, using the slide is really important. I also like to have an extra prop just in case. I think both make the lesson engaging. So I'd go like this. I'm writing on the slide. P, 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 p. P makes the sound P. Right, so you're getting the student to copy that slide. You can always say, what sound does P make? P makes the sound P. So it's a good time also to remind you that it's really important that you know how to make the synthetic phonics sound for that letter P and all the other letters. In my documents, there is a synthetic phonics video, and I believe it's also on the VIPKID portal site as well. It's really important. You want to get those points for saying that sound correctly. Even if you've been teaching for a long time or teaching reading for a long time, the synthetic phonics sound may be a little bit different. Okay, so the next slide is a panda. So I happen to have a humongous panda. You don't have to have a big panda. You can use the slide or just use TPR, which is the total physical response, body motions, and you want to be using a lot of TPR anyway. If you have a panda, great. If you don't spend $1 million getting props for this lesson. Panda! You want the student to do the motion too. Panda. Panda. Panda starts with P. Get the student to say panda starts with P. What does panda start with? And if the student doesn't say anything, panda starts with P. You say it, have the student repeat. Ultimately, you want the student to be saying that target sentence on their own because they've been practicing it. You want them to respond to that question. What does panda start with? And hopefully they'll do that. If not, they're just going to repeat after you, and that's fine too. Be careful that you're listening for mistakes. They might say panda P and not say that full sentence. They might say panda starts with B or some other kind of mistake, so you need to catch it. That is for sure. The mentor is going to make a mistake, so you need to catch it. So the next slide is a pepper. I don't have one handy, but if I were you, I would go to the grocery store and get a pepper, a hot pepper. It's an easy prop just to pick up, and it sort of adds to the lesson. Pepper! 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 Pepper starts with What does pepper start with? Hopefully they're saying pepper starts with P. I like to go like this. Kind of makes it funny, and it is a hot pepper, so that's good. If you absolutely can't find a red hot pepper, you could use another color pepper. Or you can use the slide and just use TPR. Like that. The next one is pig. Again, having kids is great. I happen to have a lot of things lying around, but you don't need a pig because you can always go like this, which is funny, and it's also TPR. Pig. 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 Pig starts with P. What does pig start with? Good job. Good job. You did great. You get a yay. So be really enthusiastic. You don't have to be over the top if that's not your personality. Be yourself, but be warm and have fun, and then the student will have fun. The next slide is the sounding out slide. Again, review the synthetic phonics sounds for these sounds. A, P, A, P, Ap, B, Ap, B, Ap, Bap. Good job! High five! Now, I've seen a lot of teachers use a whiteboard. That's fine. I happen to like magnetic letters, but as long as you have that board prepared ahead of time, you don't want to be fiddling with writing that as you go. You want it prepared ahead of time so that you're all ready to go. The next slide doesn't have to be a big deal. Just say activity time. If you want to blow one of those noisemakers, go for it. If you want to throw a balloon up, great. Or you could just say activity time. Yay! In real classes, they don't have that kind of slide, but that's okay. Pen. Pen. So every once in a while after I introduce something, I want this to see if the student can say it on their own. That kind of gets a little more of them talking and less of me talking. Pen starts with P. What does pen start with? Keeping in mind you're going to correct any mistakes that they might say. Then I'm pretending to look around. See if the student knows that word. They might. It's a pretty common object. If they don't, give it to them. Pencil. What does pencil start with? They might be able to say pencil starts with P. What do you see? Give them a chance to see if they can find something that starts with P. They might find paper. They might find pink. Who knows what they'll find? If they don't, you look around and give them something. They might know it. If they do, let them say it. Then they're getting to talk a little more, you talking less. If not, you give it to them. Paper. What does paper start with? Okay, and I have pink. sure you could think of a million other things that start with P. Have them ready just in case the student can't find anything, but I always like to give the student a chance to find something, and they often do, and it gets them more interested and engaged. So the last slide is great for extending. That's a big thing that teachers get marked down on. This is an opportunity to ask extension questions, more sort of conversational. You want to try to get in that target sentence also, but you can start with saying, "What do you see?" And I point over to the slide. If they don't say anything, I would circle the panda. They might say, "I see panda." Then you have to catch. Yes, I see a panda. What does panda start with? Panda starts with P. So you're practicing that. They might say something like, "Panda sleeping," which is awesome. They're giving you some extra language that they know. So you're modeling the correct way to say that. The panda is sleeping. And you go through the rest of the slide like that. Keep an eye on time throughout. You should have your phone set on timing you, and the sleep mode should be off so it stays timing you. So if you have an extra minute and a half, this is a great slide to have an extra minute and a half on. Otherwise, you just spend that minute that you have for that slide and you end it and you say, "Good job, you get a..." You did great, Betsy. High five. Very good. And there you go. And then you'll pass. I'd love to help you. If you need somebody to help you, my email address is down below. Subscribe to my channel and you will be informed on all the new hiring updates for VIPKID and all the new lesson videos that or lessons that are put out there. My referral code is ALYSS004. You can add that right into your account tab. Join my Facebook group. Good luck. You can do it. Bye.